A woman who survived being shot 10 times has a warning now for other women tonight.
Her ex-boyfriend kidnapped her, shot her, then drove her through multiple counties. And now she hopes she can inspire women to leave abusive relationships. Channel 2's Audrey Washington is live at DeKalb County Police headquarters in Tucker tonight. And Audrey, this survivor told you the ordeal went on for hours.
Right. She told me her ex-boyfriend drove her around for hours while she sat in the passenger seat of her car, bleeding out from 10 gunshot wounds.
I'm sorry.
Shamay Pitt did not think she would survive it.
Right here, I have a bullet wound.
She says on November 2nd, in a fit of rage, her ex-boyfriend Joshua Woodruff shot her 10 times.
I see the inside of me on the outside.
Pitt tells me she agreed to meet with her ex to talk. She says that conversation turned violent and there was a struggle inside of her car.
He steps back, he steps forward, and he starts shooting me. My ears are ringing, but I come into realization that he's shooting at me.
Pitt says Woodruff then drove her from Snapfinger Road in DeKalb County to Douglasville. At one point, she says she heard Woodruff make 2 phone calls.
Basically asked him what to do with my body. I'm scared. I asked him, can I just write a letter to my son?
Pitt says Woodruff eventually abandoned her at a hospital while paramedics rushed her to another hospital in critical condition. Security detained Woodruff. Police charged the 25-year-old with aggravated assault and false imprisonment. Pitt's mother says she wants the charges upgraded.
He needs to be charged for bringing over county lines. He needs to be federally charged for having an automatic switch, which is federal offense.
A few days ago, the Fulton County DA said Atlanta is under a domestic violence epidemic with nearly 1,000 felony cases pending. Pitt says she hopes more people in an abusive relationship will get out before it's too late.
You see that red flag, run away.
And Woodruff is due in court tomorrow. As for Pitt's hospital bills, they are expensive. Her friends and family, they are holding a fundraiser for her on December 2nd. There's also a GoFundMe page to help with some of those expenses. Though that link to the GoFundMe page can be found on our website. That's WSBTV.com. And we are live tonight here in DeKalb County. I'm Audrey Washington, Channel 2 Action News.
Audrey, to survive that and to have the strength to talk about it in the hopes of helping other people, just amazing bravery.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praises due to the Most High, and prayers going out to Shamay Pitt, 23-year-old who survived being shot by her quote-unquote ex-boyfriend 10 times. Was being transported, rode around with her, hoping that she would probably bleed out, probably not knowing what to do. And you saw the picture of him. He was 23 years old. And she said it was in a fit of rage. And, to realize that, someone who looks like you can do you like that is definitely a part of the problem. I know a lot of times on my channel, I touch on, the fact where white people are hurting black people, but we cannot ignore the fact that, we are also a detriment to ourselves. So I wanted to highlight this. It was actually a victim of domestic violence who was going through her own case in that particular area, alerted me to this situation. I think this happened on November the 2nd, and the young lady is still recovering. And this is a testament to her strength of speaking out, but it's also a testament to, being aware of, who you date, who, what type of relationships that you have, being able to separate yourself from people and be completely done with it. Because if this was her ex-boyfriend, but she decided to meet him, then, unfortunately, she did contribute to this situation, not placing any blame on her. But once again, if you know who you are dealing with, if you know this person is not mentally stable, then you have to be, you have to cut it off and be done with it. Restraining orders, moving, changing numbers, all of those things are tactics that you can use to avoid a situation like this. Now, this young man, there's no excuse for what he has done. I chalk that up to, not being a man, not having male guidance, not having someone to talk to say like, hey, if she don't want you, there's plenty of other fish in the sea. Why throw your whole life away with these serious charges? The mother whom you saw want the charges to be upgraded, as which they should. This guy, doesn't deserve to be out. I have to say that, regardless of what took him to that, regardless of his upbringing, his childhood, there's no excuse for that hurting a woman. Like I said, I have a, 17-year-old daughter, and, I could just imagine what I would feel if her boyfriend was to do something like that. So we have to take accountability for ourselves and the violence that we often inflict on each other. I know that man is somebody's son, somebody's brother, somebody's relative. So, of course, people love him. But, a lot of those times people would be screaming, free him, free that, and free that. No, this is an instance where that young man needs to sit down, preferably for a long time, to really understand the sanctity of life and the magnitude of his actions. But like I said, this woman is recovering. She's speaking out. She has a long road to recovery to go. They actually have a GoFundMe, and the community has rallied around her. I'm going to play this last video, which gives a little bit more of her recovery story and her fight to, make other people aware of, the domestic violence epidemic that they're having in Atlanta. These videos are fair use for literary and commentary purposes only.
Mother who survived the unimaginable. She was shot 10 times by her ex-boyfriend last month.
Well, now she is turning this tragedy into a warning for others. Atlanta News First, Yasmina Alston is live at the pub at East Atlanta Village. And Yasmina, there is a fundraiser going on right now for this young mother.
Yeah, because Shamay Pitt has a long and costly recovery ahead of her. The 23-year-old still cannot feel parts of her body after being shot multiple times and then driven around for hours before getting help.
Someone who I thought would keep me safe ended up being the person who really hurt me.
For the last month, Shamay Pitt has been unable to feel parts of her body and is still in a wheelchair because she can't walk. The 23-year-old is also mentally traumatized after being shot 10 times, allegedly by her ex-boyfriend.
I have bullet wounds all right here. I have bullet wounds right here, grazed my spine. I have a bullet wound right here that severed this whole leg and my nerves.
The story of what happened is shocking, hard for even Pitt to believe. On November 2nd, she went to meet up with her ex-boyfriend at a DeKalb County apartment complex to talk, but things quickly took a turn when she tried to leave. An incident report says 25-year-old Joshua Woodruff allegedly shot the young mother multiple times in her car at close range.
I say the first few shots, I just was stuck.
Pitt says he then allegedly jumped in the driver's seat and drove her around for 2 hours from DeKalb County to Douglas County. It was there that she says he pulled over and made 2 phone calls. One of them, she claims, was to his mother, telling her what he'd done and that he didn't know what to do next.
I don't want to die in this car. I don't want to die in this car.
Pitt tells me Woodruff finally drove her to the hospital where she discovered she suffered shattered bones and bullet wounds in her arm and leg.
My arm has a rod in it.
Now she's sharing her story in hopes of helping other victims of domestic violence.
I started to blame myself for a lot, and therapy has helped.
At last check, Woodruff was in the Douglas County Jail being held on obstruction charges. But Pitt says her pain will never go away, even after she physically heals.
I pray for women. I pray that they see this and they take this as a sign to get away.
And there is a fundraiser for Pitt here at the pub to help with medical costs. The family has also started a GoFundMe page. That information can be found on our website. Live in Atlanta, Yasmina Alston, Atlanta News First.
And I pray for women as well who would see that and take that as a sign to get away. Once again, I place no blame on that young lady for, what happened to her. But once again, we have to be cognizant of, the type of people we are dealing with. That young man was obviously mad, riding her around, and he finally, fortunately, graciously decided to drop her off at the hospital. As you heard, he was detained at the hospital and later arrested. So fortunately, maybe it was his mother's voice to guide him. But once again, that's a testament that he called his mother. He didn't call his father or a man. He called his mother, which leads to, the mother's boy syndrome, some of the pairs that, sometimes happen when young black men are raised by women. And don't take this personal if you are raising a young black man, but, men without, that father figure and, around a woman all the time tends to be more emotional. And that's what I attribute to his actions to the emotions of anger or fear or shame or, insecurity that this woman would have the gumption to leave him and, he couldn't do anything about it. So instead of accepting the fact, rationalizing, his actions, putting his big boy drawers on, he pulls out a gun and, seeks to hurt someone just because they emotionally hurt him. But shout out to that young lady for her bravery. And I hope once again, if you are in a relationship like this, don't hesitate to get out. It always has baffled me when women say, okay, well, I didn't know where to go. I just felt like I didn't have anybody. And they continuously keep up with abuse until it leads to situations like this. So I never feel like you're alone. Oftentimes abusers isolate their victims from family and, plant seeds in their head, manipulating them, thinking that they have nobody to turn to. But there are several there, there are a lot of people out there that you can come to that will help you escape this type of relationship. So once again, prayers to the young sister. I hope she makes a 100% recovery. And, I hope that young man learns a very integral, a life-changing lesson as he sits and, hopefully in a prison to, pay for his actions. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments. I very much appreciate you guys for liking, watching, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. And as always, I pray you have peace and blessings. It says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop. Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed with stories abroad from literary work where the narrative's wrong. The research is always on point, the commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along. Shout out to FBA, still FTP. Big up NFAC and all my black families. There's three sides to all stories. Which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events. We don't like them lies. Media is biased. We got God beside us. Ladies and just as power. If you don't know by now, look around. We the darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers cause they don't understand. We stop and freeze with our hands and kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse set them straight. My brother Rich investigates. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long. And